evening and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here to do day number 10. Yep, day number 10 for 30 days of sketches and Scraptember. So 30 Days of Sketches is with Christy's Beautiful Life, and they have combined, she has joined up with Scraptember, which is Laura Alberts and the Scrappy Sisters. And so Christy provides the sketch, and the Scrappy Sisters and Laura Alberts provide a prompt, and you can choose to do one or the other or both. And then lots of people are building amazing layouts. A lot of people are making videos of how their process or just walking through how they did it, and it is great. So I started on day 3 and went back and did all 3 of them that I had missed, and then started recording I think on day 5 maybe. So today this is the sketch, and it is created by Laura Whitaker. So scrappingaroundtheclock.blogspot.com. And there is a circle and some strips. Most likely that's where the picture goes. Some hearts and some more strips at the top and a title. So today's prompt from Scraptember is to use 6x6 paper pads. So you can do that however you want. This is just really a guide or a starting point. So I am kind of sticking to that with a little bit of a twist. So I have been scrapbooking my nephew's birthday party, and so I've been using this Recollections Happy Cake Day. And so I've decided to continue with that. This is my base page, and sometimes I pull like border strips and things from here because it's got neat pages and all these decorative border strips that match the other papers, which I love. So I was going to use one of these as a base page, but they're all really busy papers. I didn't want it predominantly pink, not that my nephew cares because he likes pink too, but the color scheme I've been going with is mostly red, blue, yellow, green, and purple. Purple, I said that really quiet. So, and there's this amazing text print in here, but I already used that for one of my pages, so I didn't want to use it again. So I got super smart and decided I would use this page with the birthday hats and then put a mat on it in the craft paper so that I'd still get that neat coloring and matching coloring for the with the birthday hats, but I would be able to do my layout on this. I think it is 11 by 10, 11 by 11 and a half. I cut a full inch off the bottom, so it would be a ½ inch on the bottom and top, and I cut a ½ inch on one side, so it would be a ½ inch on the sides. So I'd have more space here to build this. So let's get started. So I'm going to move this aside for now because I don't need it just yet. Now, the prompt being 6x6 paper pads. I have this Paper Studio Treat Yourself, and it also is very busy, lots of bright colors, and it's gone well with the papers from the Recollections pad. I mean, not exactly, but the way that these will be used and the way that the other paper will be tucked behind, it's not like it's laying on top of it. So there is still this craft paper that will break up that. So I pulled, there are 20 different designs in here. I pulled 10 of them out, and I'm hoping to put all 10 in some form or fashion on this layout. And here is my picture. I actually followed the way that this is, and I cut it down to what looks like on here like a square. So I cut this into a 4x4. This is my nephew and my daughter and my son hugging. They love each other. And this is right towards the beginning of the birthday party. And so they are, I just scrapbooked a couple days ago, another one of these where they're actually all looking at the camera smiling, but I really love this picture and it fits perfectly for what I'm doing. And I have scrapped another birthday page with this color in it, with the same craft paper. So it will all tie in. They're not all going to have the same things, but they do have the same colors. So instead of the circle where the picture is, I've decided to go with squares. These are from the 6x6 paper pad. I cut 1 inch off the side and the bottom, so they are now 5x5. This one I used for fussy cutting the other day. And so since it's all going to be covered up, I decided that it would be fine. And some llamas, just because I like the color dimensions. So those are formatting my picture. And then the strips. So here are my strips. So I have 2 from the same, how did I end up with 3? Oh, never mind. I'm going to have 2 stripes of these. Now one of them will be combined. And then I have 3 different black papers. So they're the dark ones. Those go together. And 3 different blue. So patterns. So here's my 3 blue patterns and my black patterns. So I will alternate so there's a difference between the colors so they don't all like blend into each other. I'm going to set these aside. And I'll set these aside. So instead of the circle in the middle, like I said, I'm going to mat my picture on there. And then I have this paper. And I'm going to lay it down and see how I feel. Instead of the full circle, I think I'm going to use this down here a bit. And then I want to put these like staggered on here. Now it all came from the same, like I said, all of this came from the 6x6. So all the colors on these things should match. And then these will tuck in here in different variations. So I want, like I said, I wanted to do a blue and then a black and then another blue, and then this one is going to go in the middle, and then I have another one. Since it came from a 6x6 paper pad, obviously it's not going to reach the span. So I'm going to tuck this here, and then this one here, and I don't want any of that khaki coming in between these papers. And then another blue one, and then this black one, and then on the bottom I'm going to lay this blue one and then overlap it with another one so that it gives it the idea of the full stripe. So this is definitely not the way it's going, but this is the general idea. And I wanted to lay it out on the craft paper so I could tell if I still like the way all these colors are. And I think I'm going to mat this while I'm at it because it's disappearing a little bit. So let me grab. Oh, look, it's just enough. So I am also, there is a border strip at the top of this layout and then a few little pieces above, below it. And so since I have already created a border because I have the cut part at the top, I am going to, instead of having 3 border strips, I will have maybe just the 2 because there's already going to be a border at the top from the where it's been cut down. I know I should probably be like trimming this and like where you all can actually see me. However, I have the worst time cutting a straight line. I don't know why. I depend on my trimmer so much, and not the blade's not getting dull, but the mat, I have a Creative Memories one. There we go, that stands out better. And ties that black paper together. Okay. So, I think I like this best, but let me verify, because the other way I considered doing it was like this and having this yellow over here. Actually, I think I like that better because it's a little bit more of a contrast here, and this white is a little more of a contrast here. So let's get to it. I put tape on a lot of this stuff already, so you all do not have to watch me put the tape on there. And I have been, you all are going to be super excited about this. I have been practicing on iMovie on how to edit. So I've never done editing. I've never done a voiceover. I scrap like this, like you're seeing now, and just like wing it. So I think that it would be really great. I mean, I know it's more time consuming for, for me, but on the end of that though, I hate, like, especially, this is why I don't do like process videos very often, because I am, I'm either really OCD to where it is crazy how picky I am about things, but and then other times I'm so spastic about things, and how maybe I'll add this. Plus I have ADD, and I'll get on a thought process and be like, oh yeah, okay, let's do this, I like this, and then all of a sudden I'm on to something else. So while I'm putting these down, I will tell you, when I am like cleaning the house, which is my least favorite thing in the world to do, and if I had the money to hire somebody to do one thing, or I think I saw a Facebook post the other day that said something like, if you could have one of these things, what would it be? And it was like free gas for your life, maybe, I think it said something like free gas, free groceries, what were the other ones? Free gas, free groceries, I don't know, anyway, but one of them was, a massage, a daily, yearly or a daily massage, or weekly massage or something, and then the other was like, said something about a cleaner for your house, and I was like, yep, I don't have to question what I would do there. That is a no-brainer for me, because I hate cleaning house. And I have a teenage daughter who just recently moved out because she graduated and started school, and then decided that college was not where she wanted to be right now. Totally fine with that. They were doing a lot of virtual learning, and that was not her thing. So I just, so she was this sounds terrible, she was my dish lady. She did my dishes. So when she moved out and she's actually staying at my mom's house, and which is good all around for everybody, I think, but except for me, because now she's not here doing my dishes. I do miss her. I love her very much. But so now my son is 12, and we've got him doing the dishes. And if my hands weren't busy putting these papers together, I would put little hat like this around that, because he fights doing the dishes. Last weekend, please don't judge me as a parent or person. Last weekend, he was just like him hawing. He had no desire, which, look, I get it. I don't want to do them. Why in the world do you think, do I think he wants to do them? And he was like fighting me, and he would do anything else I asked him to do. Anything else, but he had no desire to do the dishes. And so I was just in here scrapbooking, and my family is all getting over COVID, and it has been horrible, and I haven't made him really do anything while he's been down, and I haven't felt like fighting with him for sure. And so I just was like, you know what, whatever. And I just kept thinking his dad was going to get after him for not doing the dishes. And one night I'm in here and I'm scrapbooking, and he's in there in the other room, and I hear him say something to him, Jameson, get in here. And I'm thinking, yes, he's going to tell him to do the dishes. No, he did not. I was like, dang it. So, needless to say, the dishes finally got done because I had to go in there and hoop and holler and take his electronics away. And this is how stubborn my son is. His constitution might be impressive to you. I took his phone, I took his DS, his Nintendo DS, and I said, you can have these back when you're done doing the dishes. And when that didn't work, I took away his y'all are gonna laugh. I took away his dessert. And it took him one day of not getting dessert, and he said, he came in here and he said, Mom, what do I have to do to get my dessert tonight? And I said, you got to do the dishes. And he was like, I don't want to do the dishes. I said, well, then you're not getting any dessert. So it took one full day of that, and then the next night he did the dishes. Oh, jeez. But I hate doing them. All of that to say, I hate doing the dishes. I hate any of that. So anytime that I can escape in here and leave that to someone else, then happy me. Okay, I want this to be in here, except a little of this yellow. I hope I'm on camera. Ay. Okay. I think I had, well, not I did not, I don't think, I know. I considered putting this piece the other direction, but I felt like it was going to be way too much contrast. Like, these stripes are going this way. Of course, these stripes are going that way. And the strips are going this way. I thought if I turn this upright, it would just look crazy. And so, all right. I love this very much. I'm so glad that I wing it. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily turn out the best. Sometimes it does. So now I'm going to work up here. And I'm going to work up here as in this is the only thing I got going on. Except because I know I have that bright paper coming. I do want to put that back here so that I don't put something up here that is like way crazy. And actually, there I am with those dang accents again. I'm sorry. Please don't ever let me offend anyone who thinks that I'm trying to mock or mimic their accent, because I'm not. I just, like, my daughter and I both sing in accents sometimes. Like, we are ridiculous. I'm 100% willing to admit that me and my daughter especially, but my son is also quite much of a goofball. My husband is the mostly serious one, although if you've watched any of my layout shares with my husband's pictures from Disney World, you probably wouldn't believe me when I say that. Okay. I really think, see, this is not the same. This is from this book. I'm trying to decide if this is going to be too much of a contrast to these stripes, because it's that same bluey tealy color, but not the same color exactly. Okay. So here are my other options for borders that I pulled out. I have this one. I have this one. And I have this one. Now, let's see what this looks like. This might do the trick because it is enough color to make it stand out. And of course it matches this, but it's not enough to, okay. You all might be at home going, oh no, not that one, girl, no. And then this will be my second border. And then I do have one more set aside over here. Okay, so let's pull this out of the way. And I'm going to turn, let me get this out of here because I might accidentally pick it up and stick it on here. Okay, and the border strip that I am putting on here is actually the border strip that was on the paper that I'm using, the backdrop. So this is the border strip from that rainbow paper. So that's very fitting. Not rainbow, the birthday hat paper. I know. Okay. You turn it sideways so that I make sure I don't get any brown border up here because I don't want that. Definitely want this straight across. No brown border. Okay. See, can't get a straight line. All right, now this one, I think I decided I was gonna make it this long, but that might have been, oh no, that's good. Yay, good choice. And I'll cut it in the middle of two people so that it doesn't look like I'm trying to cut somebody in half, because that's never any good. I don't think anybody would come to my birthday party if they thought I was going to cut them in half. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to ink the side of this so it stands out just a little. And I know that people use the little bobbers, and I actually just bought some of those little doodads to go with my Tim Holtz Distress Oxide ink pads, but for just something this simple, I feel like this works just fine. These are the four little ones that I have, but that one was black soot. Now let's make sure that we put the people on here right, because it'd be pretty sad if I don't. You know, a bunch of upside down people. Okay. Now I can use that little piece of border at another point in time. All right. Now, what do y'all think so far? Lots of color. I love to work with color. I am a little daunted by it only because it's just, it's nerve-wracking because I'm not really great at color matching. And I will lay something out and be like, I think this looks good. Does this look good? And I have to always call my daughter. Well, I used to holler at her from the other room. And she'd come in here and say, Katie, I got a question. Okay, so this is one of the inches that I cut off of here. And I made sure to cut it off that direction so that I could use this up at the top. Now, a lot of this is going to get covered up by my, let's see, by the title of the page, which is going to go up here where it says to put it, which is so impressive because I don't always follow the rules, guys. Okay, and they're not rules. Don't get me wrong, they're not rules. Oh, making a mess up here. Glad I'm doing it off camera. Okay, so this is the sign. This is my title. And it's actually going to kind of combine in these, because I don't think I can, well, let's see. Let us see. Now, this is from Mamby Studios, and there is no date on here. And if there was, it would probably be before some of you were born, because this thing is probably 20 years old. silver. Silver, I'm okay with silver. There's no gold on here. So I think I'm gonna, oh, it will not bridge that if I put it up here just like this. I'm bringing this down here so I can, and I hope I don't put my head in the video, but I might. I don't know if I do that. It says party. I don't know if you can see that because it's super shiny. Something else that I can get rid of. Okay. Now, in the sketch, there are embellishments here, here, and here. So I definitely want to do that. And I have 3 specific embellishments that I want to use because circles have been my theme. I have these 3 ephemeras that I bought from Keller's Creation, which is acidfree.com. And I cut these out. I bought a Disney-esque kit. And so some of these did not apply to my Disney trip. So like Birthday Bash, which I think I want to put up here. And then I have Happiness, which I think I'm going to put right here because that's what that is. And Celebrate. So I'm good with that. And then I have some other little bits and bobbles because I have a bajillion, and I may not be over exaggerating, that I have tons and tons of these little strip stickers that I bought back in the day when you used to go to the scrapbook store and get these off of like rolls and stuff. So yeah, I have tons of these in one of those binders that holds all your stuff. I think it's called a crop and style. And so I have tons and tons of these things. So since I have paper that has all this little hoop, the little confetti and stuff on it, I thought I could use some of that. So I'm just going to tuck some things in. These are the places that I definitely want to utilize those. I have this little confetti thing, but I don't know if I want to use this or not. So cute. I made one of for myself once with some little cut up stuff, and it turned out so cute. Okay, so I'm going to tuck this little balloon in. I got some different color balloons, and these are all the colors that go along with this, what I have been doing with all of these. And this I'll tuck over here because there's already balloons on this paper. So I love this whole tucking thing. Is kind of new to me, and I believe that I can give the credit to Sandy from, I don't want that there, the State Goddess is her YouTube name, because she tucks and stuff a lot of things, and I love it. It looks good, and you can use some of your stash that way, which I totally love. Put these little stars up here on this border. These 3 I think will stand out the best. And then I'll just stick this yellow one down here, and that was Creative Memories. Yeah, that says 2000 on it. I don't even know. I've already used balloons that are different shapes, so I don't think I'm going to use these. I may end up using that confetti though. And then I have these confetti pieces, so I think I'll use these. Just tuck some of these in here and there. Just adds a little, it doesn't add any dimension because there's no dimension to these stickers, but it gives your paper, your layout some more details and fun things to look at. And I'm still sticking with my red, blue, green, yellow, and purple. And I'm trying not to use up too much of the space that I have available in the khaki, because I mean, there's a ton of space on this layout that they have, the sketch that they have. Now, I will not be having that by any means, and that's probably for the better because I'm really bad about that kind of stuff. Now, I've got these confetti bits, and I'm going to put them in the trifecta spots, you know, the three places, three embellishments. So these are Francis Myers, and I think I'll put some here. And in my little, the triangles. This is my favorite thing to do with like stickles. And then I'll do it over here. These are also all in the same color patterns with the red, yellow, blue, purple, and green. So this layout will encompass the circles. I'm going to go ahead and lay those down. And I did put them on some foam because I do like to have dimension. And because this paper pad is super, super thin. Like it's not at all cardstocked. It does not have, I mean, this is like pretty flat. So, all right. Now, I'm going to put these away. And I have 3 word phrases that I pulled out of my Tim Holtz metallic, oh, let's not knock it over, metallic sticker book, The Ideology. I pulled 3 things out. And I'm okay with that. I was going to say there's gold writing on this, and I just said something about how I don't have any gold on here because I got that silver, but I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem with mixing my colors. I don't want that there though. Okay, so I'm going to put this here.